Hello everybody, Tahoe Yak Fisher here. We are out doing some trolling. We're in 54 feet of water. I have got a top line going with a Countdown Rapala. The, I don't know, about 4-inch model. Countdown Rapala, so it sinks a certain amount. I have like 400 feet plus of line out on the reel, so it's probably all over the place in depth. Probably trolling right around 25-ish feet is my guess. That much line with a Countdown Rapala, moving at 1.4 miles an hour. So a couple of things, people have been asking me to review the boat. Just some very specific things, like the chair only goes back and forth, does not go up and down, and how does that affect stability, that sort of thing. I don't think it affects stability at all. I wanted a kayak that was easier to move around the hull. This is easier to move around the whole hull. Sitting up this high, it's easier to reach the things I want in my milk crate than my previous kayak. It's so wide that stability is inherent. I wish the seat went down more because I think I would be warmer. Obviously, you can tell these are cold conditions. I have a down jacket on over my dry suit. I'm not wearing a buff because of the sun. I have it under my hat because my ears get cold. You're less exposed to the further down in the hull you get. So I wish the seat went down, but not for any other reason besides that. The moving fore and aft thing is pretty cool. Moving it forward gets the whole planing in a way that it goes faster. The boat goes faster. I don't hit my top speeds unless I scoot the seat forward. Now, that being said, I'm not sure. This boat, I think, wouldn't be ideal for someone that's real tall. I have the foot pegs literally as far forward on the tracks as they go. When I slide the seat all the way back, I can kind of stretch out my legs. A tall guy in the seat forward position, their knees would be up in the air like this, and they'd be trying to control the steering more by swinging their legs than pushing their legs. So that's just something I've thought about. I'm not a real tall guy, 5'9", so there's plenty of room in here for what I need. I have a 45-pound thrust motor on here. I think that complements the size of the boat. Full speed is 4.5 miles an hour. I can crank the steering and it doesn't feel unstable. It's a great combo of power for size of boat. Now, this is the Recon 120. It is not the HD. Oh, I'm in 100 feet of water right now, and I'm not going to catch any fish there. So we're going to go towards the shore and get into shallower water. What I was going to say is I don't think I would buy this as a pedal kayak. But look at the lake that I'm working with. If I was going to buy a pedal kayak, I would want the most efficient pedal fishing kayak hull I could get so that I could cover as much water as possible. So I might give up some stability and standability and all of that stuff if I was going to buy a pedal kayak. Now, if you're fishing small bass lakes and stuff and you want a wide hull bass platform, stable standing platform that you can pedal on a small body of water to get to where you want to go, it would probably be terrific. But Lake Tahoe is about 22 miles long and about 13 miles wide. And just getting to where the minnows are to leave a minnow trap requires a certain amount of efficiency and duration of time. And there's only so long you're going to pedal a kayak before you're going to run out of steam. I mean, I ride bicycles a lot, and my max was about 7 hours on a Hobie Outback before I would literally get leg cramps. So a real big kayak like this, well, wide, it's only 12 foot 3 or 2 inches, but it's like 39 inches wide. It's not going to be the most efficient pedaling haul out there compared to, for example, a Hobie Revolution 13, which if I was going to buy a pedal kayak for Tahoe, that's the one I would buy. It's got enough fishing amenities to make it effective on a lake this big, but I had an Outback. It's not good enough. Sometimes I want to go longer than 7 hours, and the trolling motor with a big battery will do that on a lake like this. You know, if something happens, even when I'm not pedaling, sitting down this long, my legs do start to get crampy. And if I need to head back, nothing's going to stop me. I can turn the motor up, and maybe I'm uncomfortable on the boat, but the motor is taking me back to the marina or back to safety or back to wherever I want to be. So that is one of the reasons that I think having a motor for doing what I'm trying to do, fish on such a big body of water, is way better than a pedal kind of a kayak. If I could have both, I wouldn't. I had an Outback when I finished my first motor project, which was on the Ride 115, the Wilderness Systems Ride 115. The hull between that and the Outback are very similar, and side by side, if I had a choice, I took the motor every time, which is why I sold the Outback, because I quit using it as soon as I could plug the motor in. Because look at what I'm doing. I'm fishing. I have a line in the water. I'm talking to you guys. I'm steering with my feet. It's perfect for water this big. All right, you guys, hopefully I'm going to tie this into some fish catching, which means it'll be a long video, this Countdown Rapala. When I first started fishing on Tahoe, the Countdown Rapala that I'm using now was my go-to. So I'm going back to the basics. Going to see if we can't pull another big rainbow trout. I got the rainbow trout paint job, but it seems like big rainbow trout is what I would pull out of here on that lure. So we're in about 44 feet of water now, which is perfect for the top line, what I'm pulling, what I'm trying to do. It's been snowing a lot, which is why I haven't gotten a video up in a while. There's too much snow even outside my backyard and so forth to do any DIY tech video, anything. So today and tomorrow is going to be very good fishing conditions, and I'm going to be out here on the water. Tomorrow is going to be even warmer. We're looking forward to that. So yeah, those are kind of the points I wanted to make. The seat going up and down, not a big deal. Going back and forth is awesome. And is it the perfect pedal kayak? Maybe not, in my opinion. Those are kind of two of the points I wanted to make. Is it the perfect kayak for a motor? Just about. It seems to be working really well. If you go bigger than a 45-pound thrust, the trolling motor gets really big. And that's why I think a lot of companies like Johnson Outdoors with the Old Town stuff have stuck with a 45-pound thrust, because I think it is well matched to kayaks. So the Newport Vessel's 45-pound thrust comes with a 30-inch shaft, which is just about perfect for a kayak application. I wouldn't be bummed out if it was 32 inches, or but the only way to get that is to start with a 36 and cut it down. That being said, that well, we're gonna see. This motor is doing great. The three-bladed prop might be helping me go faster. Whatever, I paid for it. I'm gonna use it until it doesn't work anymore. We're gonna do a full walkthrough video on this kayak, but a couple of issues that people have asked about I just wanted to address. I wanted to get some footage on the water. Everything's working really great. The fish finder is working really great. I have added a throw line to the bow because you know, I'm out here by myself and the water is 40.63 degrees Fahrenheit. If I fell in, even with the dry suit on, I would be cold and panicked by the time I got back to the shore. So having some extra rescue kind of stuff. As well, I have talked about this, I've commented about this. I'm using a sup leash. It is tied to my seat and to my ankle. If I fall out of the boat, the kayak cannot get away from me. That actually happened this past summer. Some people with a rental boat went swimming, and on Tahoe, everybody jumped in the water. There was nobody in the boat, and they got away from the boat, and they couldn't get back to it. And at least one person died. Now, if I fall in the water, I think getting back to my kayak as quick as possible. We're not going to be doing any swimming that isn't absolutely necessary, but you know what? Being tied to the boat is even better. All stuff we're going to talk about when we do the walkthrough. All right, you guys. Hey, thanks very much for watching. Hopefully I edit out this part, and the tight lines yak fisher out comes at the end of showing off the fish I caught. But just in case, thanks very much for watching. Tight lines, yak fisher out.